Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as that may be meant for someone else. All right, what message does Spirit have for Capricorn? Temperance, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Judgment. All right, bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Swords. Overall energy, we have the Seven of Swords, so it could be that you are walking away from something. You need to walk away from something. It could be taking what you know from it and leaving taking the positive or what you can learn from a situation and leaving the rest behind, leaving the negativity behind. So we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius, and patience and balance, that back and forth. We have King of Pentacles, business. He's also someone who's very patient. We have the Six of Cups, giving back. That's the word that I'm thinking. Judgment, awakening, renewal, revival, seeing a message, hearing a message. All right. Clarification for Temperance. Four of Pentacles. The World. That's it. That's all I'm getting. Being patient and that things will happen for you. I feel like it's being patient and things will fall into place. Things will happen for you. King of Pentacles, clarification. We have the High Priestess, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Again, Three of Swords is out. Three of Swords is following you. Why is the Three of Swords following you? Why are you in that energy of the Three of Swords? Because it keeps following you. Disappointment. High Priestess is listening to that inner voice, not being able to see, but being able to feel the energy and the choices and the decisions. Two of Swords, finding clarity in something, making a choice about something. Three of Swords is that heartbreak, that hurt, that disappointment. It could also represent distance. It can be that physical distance between you and another person. You're missing that person, or it could be that mental distance, that disconnect between you and another person. But it also could be that you're in that energy of a failure. You're feeling that failure. But is that because you have this Two of Swords up here, like in this, like the reason why I say is take what you can take. So swords are thinking, they're analytical, they represent the mind and you know, answers and decisions and choices and thoughts. And he has 5 swords that he's taking, and he's leaving these 2 swords. So I feel like it's taking the positive, right, and leaving behind the negative, leaving behind these 2 swords. And do these 2 swords represent this Three of Swords over here, even though I know this is 3 swords and that's 2 swords. But it's like, is there some sort of thought process, is there some sort of thinking that you need to leave behind? Is that what's holding you back? Let's see, Six of Cups, clarification for Six of Cups. Six of Cups can represent somebody from your past coming back into your life. It can also represent, like, the way this picture, young children sharing, right? Either he's giving the flowers to her, or she just gave it to him. You know, that kind of that back and forth. We have the Star, which is Aquarius, and hope and direction. We have the Queen of Swords, somebody who finds the truth of a situation. She finds answers, she finds direction, she finds solutions, she hangs in there, she perseveres. Judgment, awakening, renewal, revival. Tower. Magician. Again, Seven of Swords and Temperance, which is where we started. I feel like it's a big circle. I feel like it's a big circle, but it's almost like I feel like you have the starting point of the circle and you go all the way around and then you end back here at the starting point, right? So I feel like we started here and we went around in this, and now we're back to here, right? With these two cards here, we're back to here, but it's almost seeing that the first time around is you had all of the swords that you were taking, and the second time around you realize that you need to leave two behind. Just like here, he has the 5 swords that he's holding and he's walking away from, and he's leaving the 2 swords here. And I feel like it's taking what you can take from a situation and leaving behind the negativity, leaving behind what it is that you don't need. To be patient, and that your time is coming, that your world, your success, your victory is coming, it's happening, but there's some rebuilding, there's some tearing down, there's restructuring, realizing that you have the power to make the choices, to make the decisions. I feel like you're kind of leaving something up to somebody else. For some reason with this King of Pentacles here, I feel like it's a business or a career or having something to do with money or work that you're struggling with, and you're trying to find those answers. And sometimes we get so caught up in it that we can't really figure out the direction that we want to go in, and we're absorbing all of this energy. And so you have to break it down to, what is it that works for me? Let me take what I can take from learning experiences or the people that I have around me, or what can I take from the situations that's positive, and what can I leave behind? What works for you? Not all things work for everybody, right? So I'm a hairdresser, so, you know, like, you can recommend a shampoo or conditioner, I'm just kind of breaking this down as to an example, that works great for some people, and they're like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever had. And then for some people, they're like, oh my gosh, it made my hair so dry, I couldn't do anything with my hair, it was the worst thing for me. So I feel like it's not because a path or a direction, or because something worked for somebody else, that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. So you have to tear it down, right? You have to start from the beginning and say, okay, what can I take from this situation that's going to work for me? What can I take that I can work with, that works for me? And what do I need to leave behind? So say with the shampoo and conditioner, so say the shampoo makes your hair feel awful, but the conditioner makes you feel good. And your hair feels good, and it feels silky, and it works for you. So it's like, okay, I'm going to leave the shampoo, the 2 swords, and I'm going to take the conditioner, the 5 swords. So I'm going to take what works for me in this situation, and I'm going to leave what doesn't work for me. 9 of Wands. It's hanging in there and finding the solutions and the directions. It's sometimes we can't see it because we have all 7 swords. We have the whole thing. We have this big piece of something that we're trying to process and we're trying to work through. But again, it's become too overwhelming. So take a step back and look at it and find what works for you, right? Tear down what doesn't work. realizing you have the power to figure out what does work. So say it's with a relationship, right? That you're struggling within a relationship and you're not having that back and forth and you're not having that communication. So what is it that you're struggling with? You know, you have to get it down to the basics of, do I want to continue this relationship? Do I want to move forward with this relationship? Is this something that I really want to work on? And then if it is something that you want to work on, then what are the positives, right? What makes me feel good? What makes me, you know, and then the negatives. Why, if I feel negative about something, what is that? And how do I work on that? And then having to communicate that with that person and rebuild that relationship, whether it's a family member, a friendship, a partnership, whatever the situation is, that you just have, there's a situation that you just have to take what you can take from the relationship and or the situation and leave behind what doesn't work. If it's a job, right? You say, well, I love my job, but it's just not that fulfilling. So how can I change that? What is that? What is it that I can change about it? So say with me, with a hairdresser, that you have a license to do nails, you can do hair, you can do lots of different areas within that. So you try one thing, you try doing hair, and you're like, oh, I really don't like doing hair, I really prefer doing nails. So I'm still in the same field, but I'm going to choose to do nails instead because that's really my passion. So I just feel like there's something that there's a situation that you need to take what you can take, the positive from it, and leave behind the negative. Because I feel like you're being overwhelmed by the whole situation, the situation as a whole. All right, Page of Cups. New, young feelings, emotional, positive feelings. What excites you? What is the positive thing, right? Ace of Cups, the relationship. Rebuilding a relationship, starting a new relationship. The relationship, what makes you feel good? What makes your cup feel that it's overflowing with positive energy? What gets you excited? What I feel like this represents those 5 swords that you're taking. We have 7 of Pentacles, getting back to it, right? It's always like she's stopping, she's thinking about it, her basket's empty, she's not quite ready to choose these pentacles here, so she's kind of looking over it and she's thinking, and she's, okay, what are those 5 swords that I want to take? I'm looking at the Star card, and you know, that's that hope, that's direction, it's that guidance. Sometimes when we feel overwhelmed, we're like, I don't know which way to turn. And we have the King of Pentacles, and I feel like he's on this path here. What path is it? Narrowing it down, breaking things down, stripping it down to the basics. I feel like it has something to do with a business or a company. Sometimes it's like, you know, in this day and age, you have the opportunity to really have a career or to do something totally out of the box, which I love, because you can do something on YouTube, you can do something with social media, you can do something that I feel is so different than what it ever used to be. And sometimes we get overwhelmed with so many ideas, and we're like, well, I don't know what to start, I don't know what to do. So I feel like it's sort of a business or a direction that you want to go in, but you're overwhelmed by the big picture and you're not sure what it is that you want to do. So you have to look at your passions, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you happy. If you could do anything in the world and you say, well, you know, what is it that I would love to do, right? What is it that I enjoy doing? What would excite me? And then you say, how can I turn that into, you know, if you need it to make money from it, how can I turn that into money, into a career? So say you love traveling and you do travel, right? So then you start a social media where all of your experiences with your traveling, right? That you know, obviously, if you can't afford to travel all the time, the times that you do travel, that you start sharing that on social media, you start building that, right? It's just, there's so many opportunities and there's so many different ways to do things, and I just feel like that's what you're struggling with, is this King of Pentacles, this business, this direction, is what is it that you can do. And like maybe you're seeing somebody else that's having success with something and you're like, well, how do I turn that around and how do I make that work for me, right? How do I make it work for me? Let's see, 8 of Wands, and then we have the Chariot. How do I move forward? This is definitely forward movement, right? Movement, progress. We have the Chariot and we have the 8 of Wands, which is, I feel like it's exciting. It's movement. You're in control. And then I was kind of looking at the Magician. The possibilities are endless. Don't get frustrated with it. I love it. Ace of Wands. Like I said before, sometimes it can become overwhelming. It's like, well, how do I make that happen, right? 6 of Swords. Moving on from, right, these 2 swords here. Taking what you can take from a situation or a person. Taking the positive, taking what works for you and leaving behind what doesn't work for you. Narrowing it down. Asking yourself those questions, right? Knowing that you're in control of the direction of your life, that you're guiding it, that you're directing it, right? Like the Chariot and the Magician. I just feel like I want people to be excited. I want people to be motivated. I want people to go after their dreams. I want people, because to again, my brain is working quicker than my mouth. I want people to get excited and go after their dreams and their goals, and to not find the reasons to not do something, because that's what I've done so many times in my life. I found reasons to not do something. And now being forward and looking back, it's like, oh, if I had just done this earlier, if I had just pursued that, if I had just not made those excuses or those reasons to not pursue something, where I could be now is, you know, amazing. But then I have to tell myself, I'm so excited that I did finally start it, that I stopped making those excuses not to do something, and I started to pursue it, and I started to look into it, because I'm very happy where I am now. And I feel like that's this message here. And that's kind of like with my reading is that I want people to pursue things. I want people to work through things, and I want people to see, okay, this is what I need to work on, right? That I just need to take these 5 swords and I need to leave these 2 swords alone, that I need to stop finding reasons to not do something, whether it's a relationship or a business or whatever it is that you want to pursue. And to know that you're in control of this. It's like rebuilding your own thought process. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some compromise, because if you're already in this routine of doing things, it's like, okay, I have to find the times. But if people put the energy and effort into the things that they feel are important to them, you will find the time, right? Temperance, patience, guidance, back and forth, working through things, compromise. And I feel like sometimes we just need that motivational, like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, right? And that's what I've said from the beginning. It's like, I want to be your cheerleader. I want to, you know, be your support. I want to help you to, you know, pursue those things and to live that happy life. Is it ever all rainbows and unicorns? No, but I just know from my experiences that life has become a lot better with me trying to work through these things, and tarot has definitely helped me. And sometimes you just need that message that says you can do it, like you can work through it, you can pursue it, you know, take what works for you, leave behind what doesn't work for you, and to hang in there. To have that cup of emotions overflowing. All right, I could go on forever with this, so I won't, right? Hang in there. 9 of Wands. Hang in there. You can do it. Don't give up. All right, so final. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. I feel like it's being strong and being confident and having that belief. I just think that I was just watching this video of this, I forget who he is, but it was, you know, he's 25 years old and he has, you know, been doing YouTube for a while, and he's extremely successful, and he has all these ideas and directions, and it's just, it's so cool and it's so exciting, and that it's the opportunities that are out there, and to get a piece of that pie, right? Get a piece of that pie, and he looks so passionate and so happy with what it is that he's doing, and plus he's making a amazing, you know, life from it. And it's just, I feel like it's, you know, that piece of the pie, and that everybody should have, you know, to get that piece of the pie, to be able to do something that you love and that you enjoy, and to be able to support yourself financially, or if it's, you know, something that you just want to do on the side and just have fun and to help other people. That I think that's so exciting, and there's a huge sense of fulfillment with that, that you can't really explain, but I feel like it makes life feel richer and feel better. And I feel like that's what this reading is that if there's something that you want to pursue, if there's something that you love, there's some sort of passion, some type of emotions or feelings that you want to explore, is that to go after it and to do it, and to not find reasons to talk yourself out of it, but to find reasons to push yourself forward towards it. Right? I'm your cheerleader. I'm cheering you on. You can do it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.